Okay, I'm just ringing up Christopher Browell. It's midday. I'm just gonna ring him a quick call. He's not gonna answer. I'll leave him a voice message.
This is the Vodafone voicemail service for 07Sep23247196. Please leave a message after the tone. When you finish recording, please hang up or press the hash key for more options.
Oh, hello, Mr. Browell. It's Mr. Hussain here, ringing up regarding my brother Talib Hussain. Today is Thursday, the 7th of September 2023, and the time is around about midday. And I'm ringing up as usual. But have we heard some development? Since I've been speaking to you, I believe I've been directly speaking to you since I returned back into Bradford since February 2022, whereas you had initially got in touch with us in October, November time through your colleagues Baljet Nota at the time. I think there was a handover period. But in 2022, after our mother had been murdered by you, the council, I had been actively speaking with you regularly since February, engaging with you after having engaged with your city solicitor, Mr. Graham Kenner, where he last informed me that there was no restrictions in returning back to 20 Primary Way. And subsequently, over the intervening period of time, I've been asking you to get somebody to call me or contact me or somebody senior to get involved. Mr. Kenner had the opportunity to engage with me prior to yesterday when he has actually contacted me. So my ringing up and leaving a message every day with you has actually resulted in Mr. Kenner coming back and emailing me for the first time in over a number of years, which I don't think is acceptable, because I've been asking to speak to and liaise with somebody senior for much earlier than now, and this has only resulted in the fact that of him just simply stating that because of police proceedings that it's inappropriate for me to speak with anybody. I don't think that's right. I need a single point of contact. I still remain my brother's nearest relative, for closest family member. I mean, I just received a quick email. I mean, it's just basically simply a couple of paragraphs simply stating to me that my brother's now recovering or is reaching full recovery. Why is he even reaching full recovery when you've traumatized him and taken him from here? But at least we've got an email from the city solicitor as the fronted guy, no doubt, still not identifying who the decision maker was. No doubt, I believe is Mr. Mark Trewin, who's had a personal vendetta against me from day one. But irrespective, I mean, I wanted to touch base with you and explain to you that obviously I'm going to still need to continue to engage with you. I need a single point of contact, and no doubt this call is being recorded on your voicemail and being fully perused and appreciated by all the other senior people who are hiding behind the corporate veil, committing ultra-viral acts of aggression against myself. So I think it's only right that I leave I have a right to speak. You're not going to rail me into writing things down. I last spoke to Mr. Muller at the start of August, and after having a lengthy conversation, he was forcing me to write things down, and with the view that he will not be answering them. And then subsequently, I was calling him on the very day that the local authority had instigated the police to come and arrest me. I mean, this is a complete kerfuffle of a situation now, isn't it? You've taken my brother unlawfully from my care and custody. You've put him into a medical institution without the correct authority being put in place, and now you're effectively hiding behind your police bail conditions. Those police bail conditions were not put in place by the police. It was simply you had told your colleagues of the police to do something and then put the bail conditions on there. It's simply that there is no investigator in the police. I've tried to contact the police. They just keep on faffing me about, from discombobulating from one person to the other. The police don't know what to do now, because this is not really a criminal case. So yeah, I mean, I'm just ringing up to say, look, I want to still speak to somebody. I need to speak to somebody. Why is it the fact that you're refusing to speak to me? You know, you're putting things in writing writing a few paragraphs. I'm sending emails across. You're not replying to my emails. This is quite clearly negligent on your part. Now, when we last left the matter, you told me that Mr. Kenner had authorized a letter to be sent out regarding how you're going to look to dissipate the money, and your task was to write it in Urdu and send it out. You've not written out to me one time, okay? And what you have instead done is put together this contrivance of abducting my brother under some false pretenses, and now you're holding him in your custody unlawfully, and looking to, further target and victimize me and my household. It's another lovely day today, Mr. Browell. I would have loved to have taken the opportunity to take my brother out. I usually take him out on good sunny days, but now he's incarcerated in your care and custody without any emotional support, without any and being psychologically tortured, without any access to any of his freedom of choice or liberties being deprived of him, all because you, the local authority, have been failing in your duty of care in adult social care services, and you're looking to victimize and target me. Luckily, we've got another channel of communication open with Mr. Kenner. I've sent him some emails if he wants to put things in writing. I've asked him for some questions. If he's not going to answer, I'm just going to continue to leave voice messages to yourself. All my calls have been recorded and they'll be published, no doubt, to the police at least, in defense of my position that you guys have clearly been negligent by colluding and conspiring with everybody. And it's not just the West Yorkshire Police or the court system or the judges. It's all of, and the housing association, on my nefarious siblings. Everybody's colluding and conspiring in order to victimize me, in order for you to get out of your legal obligations. I still need to speak to my brother. Obviously, the bail conditions are there, put in place by Bradford Council. They're not put in there by the police.
You have 15 seconds recording time remaining.
Okay, Mr. Browell, we're coming back to the end of our conversation. 15 seconds left, so I just wanted to summarize by saying that it's a lovely day today. I wanted to take my brother out. You unlawfully incarcerated him. We've had some progress. Speaking to Mr. The city solicitor, and now going forward, I'm still urging you to contact me and speak to me.
Your recording time has expired. To leave your message, press 1. To review message, press 2. To re-record message, press 3.
1.
Message sent.
Yeah, I don't need to review it. I know exactly what I've said. All right, so I've left them a message. It's at 12 o'clock. They're not going to answer. He's basically saying that I don't want to speak to Mr. Hussain. So the solicitor, Graham Kenner, has had to write me an email, and the email is very brief. All it just basically says: I write to confirm that your brother is near optimal recovery in a medical facility to which he was taken after the removal from primary way. Following discharge, his needs will be assessed and he will be cared for. What do you mean he will be cared for? Who's going to assess his needs? Why is he going to be cared for by these people, these killers? Steps are being taken to ensure his cultural needs are met and he is being fed, looked after, and his mental and his health attended to. You people are going to look after him when he's quite clear. You're not respecting his basic rights. They're treating him like a little animal, aren't they? My brother has emotional, psychological, religious needs that they're not going to be able to cater for. It's not that they can't cater for those needs. He needs emotional support. I give him loving, caring attention, which he requires more than anything else in order to stabilize him. I give him reassurances, whereas now he's in the care and clutches of the people that he recognizes have murdered my brother Nazim, murdered my father, murdered our mother recently. So he's going to be alarmed, traumatized, and distressed. And they're telling me, don't worry about it. If he were to deteriorate significantly, we would contact the family. Who is the family? All right, the family is Shaida, who lives in a council house, Adalat, who's been working with them closely, and Khalda, who obviously has a son in their care. So that's the family is who they define it is. I am the family. They need to contact me. I am the family. Everybody else are scarpered from here, and I'm the family legally recognized in the family trust. They don't want to recognize that. They just want to say we'll contact the family, and the family is somebody who's going to work with them if my brother dies. In view of the current situation, including your bail conditions. So how do they know about my bail conditions if they are not the party that set them? It is not appropriate at present for employees of the authority to have any further contact with yourself. Oh, so it's not important, is it? Of course it's important. You have absolutely no background information about my brother's care needs, his cultural needs. You have nothing. He's not going to tell you any of these these things. And so therefore you're just trying to come out of the fact that you don't want to have any responsibility. If you are in any doubt as to your position, you should take independent advice. Let me guess, who's that independent advice? Get a solicitor. I got a solicitor under duress last time, or as they blackmailed me because they wouldn't let me see my mother who was in their care. So I got a solicitor, and I got a solicitor from London of all places, and they bought him off. What is it for me to get advice? I don't need advice, all right? You people need advice. Every time I get a solicitor, I got a solicitor for Talib when he was previously incarcerated and they were looking to remove me as nearest relative. I got a solicitor, all right, and he got bought off. They just simply, any solicitor is simply like this. The solicitors are their solicitors. They work for Bradford Council. It doesn't matter if that's effectively the case situation. It doesn't matter if you're a solicitor in Bradford or anywhere up and down the country. If you're a solicitor registered with the solicitors regulatory body, then you are effectively the local authority's little bitch. All right. On several previous occasions, I've gone to numerous solicitors. They all work for Bradford Council, and they try to give me the pretense that they are my solicitors representing me. They need me to get a solicitor so they can start exploiting they can use me as a legal aid mule to feed the solicitors that are effectively working for the council. I know this sounds bizarre. It's not supposed to be how it is, but this is the reality. So they want me to get legal advice. Evidently, I know my position quite well. They need to tell me exactly what legal basis that they've worked around to get my brother like this. This is a criminal cartel organization that are refusing to be open and transparent, that are just simply saying the words, we're looking in people's best interest, we're looking to act in other people, give people their dignity and respect, when there's a disconnect between rhetoric and reality. And this just reminds me, I've just been reading something about Paul Flowers, which was a MP, a former Bradford Council MP. He's back in the news again, and there's that distinction between being a Methodist church, what it says on paper, and the reality of him abusing his position, hiring rent boys out and everything. So this is just, I think Paul Flowers epitomizes Bradford Council, where they are expressing outward benevolence as being the city of culture, when the reality is that they are doing pathological criminality and getting away with it, and no harm comes to them, but all harm comes to me and my family. So yeah, absolutely ridiculous. I'm going to leave another message today, and I will continue to leave one message. They can get back to me whenever they choose to get back to me. They're going to try to pull on he's harassing us. I'm harassing them. I'm leaving a one voice message, right? They can listen to it. They can choose to get back to me or not. I could write them one email a day. That's not classed as harassment. But what they want to do is they want to accumulate all these and say, 1 year's time you spent so many thousands of emails or contacted us. The reality is that I'm calling you. Why are you not calling me back? All right, you got my brother in your care and custody. You've unlawfully abducted him. You're not giving me any clarity of understanding. You're violating his human rights. You're violating my human rights. And then you're saying the fact that, Mr. Hussein is doing something wrong. No. It is you, the council, that are doing something wrong. You are killing and murdering people and then covering it up through the collusion of the police, through the collusion of the coroner's office, which I may add is paid and funded by Bradford Council. You are then working with the court system, the judges, the judiciary, the solicitors and the barristers, and then you're putting them into your own morgue, which is you control all the cemeteries, so you make money that way. It's just basically a money-making exercise and mass murder by the local authority, Bradford Council, who are telling people that, they're a city of culture. They're not a city of culture. Bullshit. I've been born and raised in Bradford. I know this council better than anything else. They're more like the city of